It's a disease that festers and builds for decades before it takes you. We're talking about Alzheimer's, a disease Greg O'Brien is fighting right now. Before we chat with Greg about why he is sharing his story, here is a look at his journey.
My life before Alzheimer's was so much different. I was a jock, scholar, a top investigative reporter. Watching my mom and dad, I saw the symptoms in myself. I have what the doctors call cognitive reserve. I'll never forget sitting in the neurologist's office. I grabbed my wife's hand, and the first thing I said is, "What about the kids?" Because this monster of disease could take them out. They have a 50% chance. Was I didn't care about myself. You never know when the demon is going to attack. Sometimes you can feel it coming on. And it's like being out on the water and looking in the distance and seeing a fog roll in, and you're racing to get back to the marina. Right now, 60% of my short-term memory can be gone in 60 seconds. When I realized this was a huge problem, I had pulled up to an intersection on Cape Cod, and I saw this red hexagonal sign with white bordering. My brain said, go through it. It was a freaking stop sign in a busy intersection. I could have another 15 years in this journey. There were twice, which I've written about, where I tried to take my life, and I'm not proud of that. And I'm not going to do that again. So you put your big boy pants on, your big girl pants on, and you walk it out.
Wow. Woo. Please welcome to the show, Greg O'Brien. Yes, thank you, Greg.
Thank you.
Wow. Greg, listen, I think all of our viewers watching, most of us, we know someone that has suffered from Alzheimer's. So for you to share your story, it's more than important. To help us understand Alzheimer's a little bit more, what are some of the most common things that you specifically struggle to remember on a daily basis?
Well, first of all, at this point now, 60% of my short-term memory can be gone in 30 seconds. It's just gone. If you put me in a room where I've known people all my life and I didn't expect to see them, I won't know who they are. And as a journalist, you kind of learn, and I don't want to say it's a blessing about my journalistic training, but how to maneuver through it. So if I'm in a large room and going in, I could see there are people there that I think I know, but I don't. I'll look for the exit and I'll walk around and shake hands with people in the eye and say, how you doing? And then walk out the door. And I'll be by myself for an hour and a half, 2 hours. And everyone said, oh, I saw Greg. He sounded good. He looks good. And often that has nothing to do with the disease. It's a very lonely, frightening disease. I often see things that aren't there. I get lost in familiar places. There's tremendous rage, but you have to fight, you know? And the great Bugs Bunny once said, but actually he was paraphrasing someone else, don't take life too seriously because nobody gets out alive. And my book and the film is about walking through disease and faith, hope, and humor. And I was so sad to hear about Bruce Willis and his aphasia. He's a great actor, and a lot of us go through that in this disease. There are times when I can't think of the word, maybe like Bruce, and so I play charades with Google. Sounds like, and you know, you kind of type in something that is close, and all these links come down, and I might spend 20 minutes trying to find a word, but it's encouraging when you do. It sucks. My grandfather died of Alzheimer's, my mother, my father, and paternal uncle. So
Alzheimer's, yeah, it ran in my family as well. My mom has had strokes and is dealing with that too. We play lots of body language games too. She likes smells and music to help her remember. So certain musical tones will remember. What helps you to remember? Is it writing? Talk to me about that.
Well, what I do is, and I'm doing this interview on my laptop, which is my portable brain. And my journalism training, I've been a journalist all my adult life. Well, maybe I'm not an adult yet, but I've been, but I write everything down. And when I realized what was happening and got a diagnosis, I started writing all the things I thought I would forget. Came up with probably about 2,000 words, from which it took me a couple of years to write on Pluto. And so with me, the confidence is in the moment, writing stuff down, and I journal all the time. You'll generally never see me without my laptop.
Smart.
But you have to fight. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. I also have advancing prostate cancer, and my body's breaking down, and I've lost recently probably 30% of my sight.
Wow.
But you just you move forward, and we're in the baby boom. I just turned 72, and we're in the baby boom generation, and a lot of us are trying to do some good things on the way out.
Wow.
Greg, one thing other than your story, and we thank you for your transparency, because there's definitely folks at home who need to hear from you today, but also the ability that you find humor. Your wit stands out to us. So how do you find the humor?
Well, it's the Irish in me, and so Brian, we have 48, I'm told, branches of the family tree, and 47 go directly back to Ireland.
Wow.
So I have that in my genes, but I've always been that way, to make fun of myself and to get people to laugh, because I don't want anyone who's watching, I don't want the pity. Because
Greg, we're out of time, and I want to make sure that I can get this information to our viewers. To follow Greg on his journey, you have to watch his documentary. Have You Heard About Greg? It premieres in theaters nationwide on May 6th. You can also visit his website on pluto.org or buy his book. Greg, you are so brave. Thank you so much. We wish you all of our best, and we hope we can continue our conversation at a later date. Thank you so much, Greg.
Thank you, Greg.
God bless you.
God bless you.